you should create and ask questions. What does that mean? It means as you're learning in an introductory way from your reading and from your video watching and however else you're learning the introductory information, what questions are you having? What comes up along the way? What are you trying to connect and it doesn't exactly connect? What are you trying to get examples for but you don't have? Why is this important, right? So you're asking yourself, why is this information important? It's obviously important because they made it a bold word or a term, or they put it in a book, or they said, hey, you should learn this stuff. But then the question is, why is it important? What does it connect to? So these are the questions that you could be asking. So could be, can you give an example of? Or why do they do it this way? Have they always done it this way? Where did it come from? Who else agrees with this in the country today? Or who agreed with it then? Or I don't know what. Whatever comes up as you're writing your notes and you're writing questions for yourself, or you're asking yourself questions. And by the way, in order to do this, you have to interact with the content, right? You have to read it, you have to watch it, you have to think about it, you have to try to make the connections. And if you can't, then you ask those questions. But you can't do this unless you interact with the material. If you're doing your notes to get them done, if you're skimming instead of reading, or if you're not taking notes, or if you're not thinking about how this connects to something else you already know, or something else that you already learned, well, that should be a red flag. Boy, I should have come with props. Wave my red flag, right? That might be a red flag that you're doing it wrong in the first place. And if you're not automatically asking these questions of yourself, this gives you an opportunity to practice that until it becomes the norm of what you actually do. So create those questions. Ask them of me. You can certainly ask them of other people in the room as well. But these will be the starting points for questions that I answer in class, so we can all have that shared experience together. And if, by the way, you have questions about other topics, well, and you want me to, address them, but you don't always get them right away, talk to the people who, for that learning objective, are in charge of creating and asking questions. Ask them to ask that question. Help them do their work, and you get your questions answered as well. It's a great place to ask questions. This is the formal create and ask questions, but remember, no matter what you're doing, you can always stop and interrupt to ask a question. Yeah, let's get our learning on. Let's do it that way, where we always question.